Good morning to those who listen. It's November 17th, 2021, 11:04 a.m. And just another alert for everyone. Be prepared for for possible things to happen today, 17th, 18th, and 19th, especially the 19th with the blood moon coming. But I wanted to talk about a dream I had. It was very strange. I was miniature golfing with a friend and a bunch of other people, and we were uh, in an area where I used to live uh, a while back, and we went back and looked at the place, and it was for sale, and I was thinking about buying it, which is weird. But it's weird. So we're looking at the house, and we're in the house, and it started flooding a little bit, just tiny bit. Nothing to do any real damage to anything. But then I was looking out the window and I saw meteors coming down. And I was telling everybody, there's meteors coming down. They're hitting the river. It was near the Wapsie River, which is weird. Because that one, I know, floods, but it's not usually a huge deal unless you're living really close to it. Anyway, all of a sudden, this huge wave, I don't know, it must have been, I don't even know, a few feet high at least. But when it entered the house was, for some reason, seemed to be below level, like it was like in a basement or something. But the old place that I used to live at didn't have a basement. But anyway, this wave comes through, and literally everybody, there was a bunch of kids there too, and everybody was underwater. Their heads were underwater, so it had to be like 6 feet high worth of water. But the wave itself might not have been that big. And I remember I couldn't see because all this water's coming in, and I was just reaching for people to grab them to pull them out of the room that was a little bit lower, I guess, and had more water to the other side where it wasn't so high up. And then after that, and I remember when the meteors were coming down, I was like, "Look at those are meteors." And when it hit, it was causing steam to rise up too. After the flood incident and it kind of receded, we had to walk, which is really weird. We had to walk from Long Grove, which is the other part of the Long Grove near the Wapsie River, to going towards Parkview. And it was like everywhere that we walked was flooded. Not a lot, but maybe a few inches. And there was some dry spots, but a lot of areas were covered with water. Nothing bad, but it was everywhere. And we were going past people's houses and stuff, and nobody was home, but all the pets, dogs and cats, were like left outside, and some of them looked like they were starving because they didn't have no food. Where's the people? I don't know. It was really strange. And then that's pretty much it for the dream. But I really remember the meteors coming down, causing flooding. And it's very strange because I'm in the process of moving again. And right now I'm in a flood zone. But even the worst flood, which was a couple years ago when I did all the footage of it, it was the worst flood ever here. It still never got up to the house. All the houses in this area got flooded, but this house here is a little bit on a hill, just a tiny hill, enough where it didn't quite make it to the house. Anyway, I don't know. It's just weird that maybe there's something gonna happen in the future. That was one thing I was worried about when I moved here. Oh, something happens to the Mississippi if it floods. Maybe it would have. Depending on if it have to be even a worse flood than the biggest flood ever here to have to do something. But I don't know. just weird. I thought it was, and it was one of the dreams. This is the first dream I've had in a while that I really remembered and remembered all the details and everything. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing some of the details, but most of it, and it was pretty vivid and everything. Although I don't remember all those people that I was with. I mean, a couple people, but a lot of the people I didn't know in the dream, which is another weird thing. But I really remember the meteors coming down, and I'm telling everybody, and nobody's believing me. And then that big wave comes through. Just thought I'd share that dream with everybody and tell everybody, be alert for the next few days, especially on Friday. That blood moon is going to happen for 3.5 hours, or almost 3.5 hours. And then, there's possibilities that things could happen from that. So just be alert. And of course, it's on a Friday, so, always another day to watch for blackouts. All right, thanks for watching. God bless.